Hey everyone, good morning from Epcot. We are here. It's been about a month since the park is open, so we wanted to walk around, get an update, see how things are. And one thing you will notice right behind me, that is part of the new fountain where they're bringing back the old Epcot new design for the Epcot pylons. So let's go take a closer look at that. Well, as close as we can get at least. Sorry if the video's a little grainy. We're zoomed in as we see the new pylons for the new fountain that harken back to the original Epcot fountain. They are very visible from behind the wall. Let's bump back here so you can really get a good look at them here. So that'll be that's all part of the new updated front area. That most of it is done, we assume, albeit some of the water features that we thought were in the original concept art seem to no longer be here. But the fountain is coming along, and hopefully will be done sometime soon. Now here back near Spaceship Earth, you can get an even better view of the fountain. I do remember the old fountain, but this thing looks bigger maybe than the original one. I'm not sure if it's the same size, but it definitely is very noticeable. It is definitely going to be a nice addition to the park. I don't know if we talked about this last time, but what used to be the camera center and still labeled the camera center is now the pin trading headquarters. And as you can see, there is pin trading going on. It's on a board. I think we've discussed this in a previous video. It's on a board. You pick out a pin, you put your pin in. In this case, they have an old omnibus receptacle there where you put your pin, and then pins aren't put out till they're sanitized. So pin trading's still going on, just in a different way. Now this is our first time in the park around opening time. We've mainly been coming in the evenings here, and it is noticeably busier than it is in the evenings. You know, that will be changing as the park will be closing at 7 instead of 9 coming up in the next few weeks. But definitely more people than normally the evenings. It is very, very empty at this park. So let's head off to World Showcase, which is one of the nice things about the park opening at 11 is pretty much the entire park opens all at once. But hey, is that Winnie the Pooh over there? Let's go say hi to Winnie the Pooh. So there's Winnie the Pooh. I think he's looking for butterflies, because there used to be a butterfly garden over here. Hey, Pooh Bear. Thank you, Pooh Bear. As you can see, I've already switched up masks. My first mask's already gotten a little sweaty. One of the things we do recommend is you always bring multiple masks. And sometimes we usually bring our cloth masks, but we also bring some disposable masks with us when we come to the parks. It just helps to switch up. And of course, if it rains and your mask gets wet, that's no fun. So we usually keep them in a Ziploc bag. So it's just helps keep the day a little bit easier, and of course always taking breaks throughout the day at the relaxation stations. So it's a nice thing here too. They have the World Showplace where you can go sit in and eat some of your food and wine festival food and relax in the AC. But just got to meet Winnie the Pooh. So we're walking towards the World Showcase, and gonna see if there's anything new wise since it's been a month, like I said, since the park opened. See if there's anything new in the World Showcase. I think in France, I think there's some new merchandise, so we'll definitely have to check that out. Walking by the Hawaii booth where we normally get our Kahlua pork slider, but just ate breakfast, so I'm not quite ready for it. But those of us who know ThrillGeek, we usually get the Kahlua pork slider every time we come here. Onward. Quick pop into the World Showplace, where there's home to 4 of the booths for the Food and Wine Festival, and also in the back corner there, the maple syrup booth, where you can taste test some maple syrup and buy it. It's very good maple syrup, by the way. But yeah, pretty much the same as it's been in here. Socially distanced tables. It's nice and air conditioning. Throughout the day, there's a piano player over there on the stage playing Disney favorites, and even some obscure Disney favorites too. So it's a nice place to take a break, take your mask off, eat some food. The mac and cheese booth over there is our festival favorite so far. So just a nice quick place to pop in. We'll see, we've heard some rumors. There might be some new stuff coming to this location, but who knows? We'll find out. One thing that has changed since our last ThrillGeek adventure here is signs everywhere, and cast members are reminding you that your face covering must be worn at all times, but when you're eating or drinking, you must be stationary or physical distanced. You cannot walk around eating and drinking with your mask off. It is not allowed. One thing that hasn't changed over the past month is there are a lot of shops and the different pavilions that are closed, and unfortunately a lot of them are still closed. Usually most of the pavilions usually have at least one shop open, but a lot of them are not open. Over here in the UK pavilion is one of the relaxation stations where you can take a seat. This was normally the seating of the Yorkshire County fish shop, but obviously that's not open right now, so you can take a seat, take your mask off and relax for a little bit. There's these stations all throughout the park, and all the parks here at Disney World. And walls are still up, even though you can see Ratatouille, you can see the sign there. Walls are still up for the expansion to the France Pavilion, where the Ratatouille ride and the creperie and I think another shop, the whole area going in the back part behind the main France Pavilion. Still waiting, don't know when it's going to open, but we know construction continues. We're in the back of the France Pavilion in the shop now. There's some new macaroon themed merchandise here. France and the World Showcase Pavilion. Everything from a teacup and saucer. There's a little kid shirt, apron, kitchen towels, little oven mitt. I don't know if these ears are new. I don't know if I've seen them before. And then I believe this shirt is new too. So a bunch of new items. So even with everything going on, they're still releasing new merchandise. Now we're just walking past American Adventure. Not as many people in this part of the park right now. Feeling most people are in Future World or to the front countries of the World Showcase. It's a little bit quieter back here. So wrapping up our trip around World Showcase, and unfortunately the Islands of the Caribbean booth is closed. From what we have heard, it is only going to be open on Saturdays for right now, which is a little bit disappointing. It's got some of our favorite items here at the festival, but if you want to do the Islands of the Caribbean booth, you're going to have to come here on a Saturday for right now. Nothing really new to see from inside the park when it comes to the construction here in the spine area. Same buildings are still standing. Inside of Mouse Gear is still gutted. Nothing new that we can see from behind the walls. Taking a quick trip into Mouse Gear, and there is still plenty of Flower and Garden merchandise available, including the pass holder stuff and the regular stuff. And available throughout the parks at all the different kiosks. Not as much in here, but there's almost everything is still available. That's it for our quick visit to Epcot today. We got to see the new fountain pylons. We got to check what's changed over the last month and what stayed the same. Got to see some new merchandise. And just a nice quick trip around the park. Not too busy. A little hot, but that's why we're wrapping up now. So we hope you enjoyed this ThrillGeek adventure as we took a look at Epcot 1 month later after opening. We hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you in the parks.